Hi, welcome back to my channel and welcome to part 2 of the Valentine's Day series where I'm going to be showing you how to create this makeup look. If you haven't seen part 1, it's a nail tutorial on these little heartbeat nails. So I will link that below so that you can go check that out after you watch this video and you can have a complete Valentine's Day look. So if you'd like to see how I created this makeup look, then please keep watching. First, I'm going to start off with moisturizing my skin, and I'm using the Proactive Oil-Free Moisturizer. And then I'm going to prime my eyelid using my always favorite paint pot in the shade Painterly by MAC. We're just going to go ahead and prime the eye for eyeshadow. I'm then adding a transition shade, and here I'm using my Morphe 35C palette, and I'm just taking the soft baby pink shadow that's included in that palette and adding that to my crease. Because I wanted a lot of intensity with this eye look, I decided to go ahead and apply this silvery white cream shadow first on the eyelid before I put on eyeshadows. And the reason for that is because when I apply the eyeshadows on top, they're really going to pop, and that's exactly what I wanted. So here I'm applying a color from the Krylon Aqua Color palette in the shade Silver, and I'm applying that all over my lid, and then I'm taking a blending brush and just buffing it in so that there's no harsh lines. I'm then taking this purple from the same Krylon palette, and this is the color RB, and taking a flat brush, I'm applying that to my inner corner as well as the outer corner, and I'm not applying any to the center because I'm going to go in with another color later. I'm then going back to that Morphe 35C palette, and the same pink that I used in the crease, I'm applying it to the center of my eye, and I'm using a flat brush with this so that I can really pack it on and get some color there. Then going in with the light purple shade in the Morphe palette, and I'm applying that to the inner corner, and that's just going to intensify that cream shadow that we put on earlier. Taking the dark purple in that same palette, I'm using a pencil brush and just packing it on the outer corner of my eye, and I'm also bringing it in a little bit in the crease and just kind of carving that out. As always, I like to blend out any harsh lines, so I'm just taking a fluffy blending brush and making sure that that's a little more blended in that crease area, but yet still keeping a defined line. I tend to lose my focus a bit when I have a ton of fallout underneath my eye, so I just went in with a makeup wipe and just cleaned that up so I can really see what's going on my eyelid. I also wanted to intensify the look a bit and darken the outer corner, so taking that same purple that we've been using, I mixed a little bit of that as well as a tiny bit of black and applied that to the outer corner of my eye. Then dipped my brush in only the black shadow, and I packed that onto the outside of my eye, and I then took a blending brush and kind of blended that out a bit so it was a little bit smokier and not so packed on and heavy on the outer corner. All I'm doing here is continuing to pack on that dark purple eyeshadow as well as a little bit of black, and just going in to both eyes and applying more as needed. I really want this to be intense in the outer corner, so I just keep packing on more and more until I see what I like. I felt like that baby pink eyeshadow that we had applied to the lid in the center wasn't really intense enough for me, so I ended up going in with a bright magenta shade that's in that Morphe palette that we've been using, and I packed that onto the center of the eye. Now if you didn't want to go as intense with the look, you can definitely get away with just applying a little bit more of that powder pink in the center, but I wanted a real intense look, so I definitely packed on that magenta. On to foundation. Here I'm using the Matte Velvet Foundation by Makeup Forever, and I'm still in between shades, so I mixed 30 and 35, and that seems to be the perfect shade for my coloring right now. I recently picked up this concealer by NARS. It's the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard, and I've really been loving it. It gives great coverage, yet it doesn't crease very much, and it really brightens up underneath the eyes as well, so I've just been loving this concealer. Anytime you apply concealer, you definitely want to make sure that you powder it and really set that in so that you don't crease throughout the day. So here I'm applying the Ben Nye setting powder, and I'm just setting underneath my eyes and just dusting it all over my face to set my foundation and remove any shine that I have. And voila! The magic of editing. My eyebrows are done. I do take a good 10 minutes to fill those babies in, so I thought I would save you the time of having to watch that. Then lined my waterline with the Urban Decay 24/7 pencil in black velvet just to intensify things a bit. I also took this tiny flat brush and used that purple shadow that we've been using and applied that underneath the eye and kind of blended that in with the black pencil just to smoke things out a bit. Taking that magenta eyeshadow that we used on the center of our eyelid, I'm applying that underneath the eye, right underneath that purple that we just applied. I then applied a bit of black eyeshadow right on the outside corner of our eye just to darken things up a little. Taking a small pointed brush, I am using the eyeshadow Kitten by Stila, and I'm applying that to the inner corner of our eye just to brighten things up a little bit. Taking an angled brush, I'm going to be creating a cat eye with the Laura Mercier cream liner in black. I decided that I didn't want such a defined cat eye, so I ended up going in with a black eyeshadow on the angled brush and just going right over that cat eye and kind of making it a little bit smokier with the black eyeshadow. I absolutely adore Makeup Forever products, so I was really excited to receive this as my birthday gift from Sephora last month. And I'm just applying the mascara to my lashes to prep them for falsies, and here I'm applying the Ardell Demi Wispies, which you must know by now are my absolute favorite. I'm then taking that cream liner that we used earlier to make the cat eye, and I'm applying that to the lash line just to get rid of any white lash band that there may be from the lashes. And I went ahead and applied that in a patting motion just to make sure that the lashes adhere. I was just really pressing them onto my lash line. I'm then applying bronzer, and here I'm using the Bare Minerals bronzer in the shade The High Dive, and I'm applying that to my cheekbones and around my hairline. And I also took a fluffy blending brush and dipped that into the bronzer and went ahead and contoured the sides of my nose a bit. For this Valentine's Day look, I definitely wanted a bright pink cheek, so taking a blush brush, I'm applying this Milani blush in the shade Delicioso Pink, and I applied that to the apples of my cheeks and just blended that up. Here I'm lining my lips with this NYX pencil in the shade Sand Pink. Finishing the look with this beautiful MAC lipstick in the shade Pink Nouveau, and I just thought it was really pretty and tied everything in nicely. And here is the completed look. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. See you next time.